What is going on, everybody? It is Ryan here, and today I am making a live stream video. I'm doing this thing where I spend 10 minutes a day making some sort of content. Now, whether it gets published or sees the light of day, it's a whole different story. But I basically need a topic. I just spent the last couple minutes writing, about last half hour, and I'm trying to plan content out. But the thing is, I don't have anything to talk about, or feel like I don't really know I don't know where my head is at. But my point is I decided why not do a live stream because maybe a few people might pop on and they might ask some questions or make some suggestions or content. But the truth is, what I've been doing, I actually have another YouTube channel called the Practice Speaking channel where I just kind of upload stuff randomly. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that I can just make the commitment of just getting in front of the camera on a regular basis. For the purpose, this is my main channel, and I'm actually going to be talking, and publishing this and probably take it down after 24 hours. And sort of the reason for all of this is essentially just to kind of get away from being gun shy. Because the hardest part about creating content on YouTube is actually just doing it, like getting in front of the camera and just hitting record. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I want to get to a point where it just becomes second nature, but there's no way to do it. Basically, one thing I'm very good at is I'm very good at deadlifting. And because I've deadlifted so much weight, so many reps, picking up 400 pounds off the ground is almost second nature. Like I'm not afraid, I can just pick it up. I'm that strong because I've done it so many times. But when it comes to YouTube videos or making content, I got to a point where I got comfortable, but I wasn't good. Right. So the first step is actually to get comfortable first. And then eventually I will become good. And it may, judging by my personality and just the way I am, it's going to take me a long time to get really good. So, really, what it is, we want to get micro exposures of regular just content creation, like sort of like false starts or just fake practicing in front of the camera. So, oh, look, it's Jason Muldoon. Can you say my name? Yes, I can. So just practice these false starts, these fake starts, so that I can get in the habit of making these videos. But I wanted to actually go over my portfolio and talk about like why I have each stock position. But the problem is I couldn't get my mixer to work properly. So now 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and now I'm feeling like I'm sweating bullets, trying to think about what to say next. But I guess I can start by talking about some stuff I did write about, which I thought was pretty interesting. Some good stuff about entrepreneurs. There's one thing I wrote about is called "Entrepreneurs Don't Take Risks." Entrepreneurs are portrayed as risk takers. The story sounds so crazy; it's romanticized so much about Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos with Amazon, Elon Musk with Tesla. Why is that? It's because when a storyteller looks back, the dots connect in hindsight. An epic story is created from cherry picked events, and there you have an epic story molded. In truth, entrepreneurs are making calculated decisions with insight and special knowledge. It comes from experience from previous failures and successes. Looking back, it often looks like they are taking so much risk when in fact they are not. There's usually some sort of insider knowledge and experience that allows the entrepreneur to have an edge. From the outside, it seems like there's so much uncertainty. And yes, there is a lot, but there are contingency plans to manage the downside risks. And when there is a loss, the loss is compound knowledge, meaning that a loss is really learning. Einstein said the seventh wonder of the world, I think he said it anyway, is compound interest. So there's no real loss. There's only knowledge and learning. Actually, that's not true. The loss of time and energy. Time is where all the value is. Nothing is worse than perceived loss of wasted time. So the question is, what is your edge? So I wrote this out, kind of thinking things through, trying to come up with some sort of topic, right? And I thought this was a really good insight that I had. So I might develop this idea a little bit better, more. This other one I wanted to talk about was, should you become a social media influencer? And this one, I would have to say is that to some degree, obviously that's what I want to do. But here's what I wrote, okay? Because this is just really like basically my diary, right? What I what I think about when I think about being a social media influencer, I want to resist it. I really don't want to be a figurehead as my primary business, but there's a part of me that wants to do it. I'm oversimplifying by saying this, but a part of me wants to be famous. I want that recognition. I want that bigger validation. The truth is, I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted with all the things that I want to do. All of it takes time, it takes energy. You know what? I'll pray about it now. I guess that's sort of another topic. I did start praying, and that has had a pretty positive impact. I used to think of praying as sort of meditation, but it's not really meditation. It's a lot different. It's really kind of humbling. Outside of looking at it as a Christian thing or a religious thing, it's almost like you're humbling yourself to ask for help. And I found that is kind of a pretty cool thing. It's just a small habit that I wrote down. It's just to spend 3 minutes praying a day. Going on a tangent here, but I spend 3 minutes praying every day, and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's just 3 minutes where I pray, and most of the time I'm just asking for help. I'm asking for courage. I'm asking for guidance. And I'm praying and saying thanks. It's kind of cool. Anyways, didn't mean to go on that little religious tangent there. But some other things I wrote about being a social influencer, or if you should be a social influencer, is don't be yourself, be full of yourself, be what they want you to be. So those are some notes I wrote down. Some other notes I wrote here is what's my positive attitude about it. As a creative outlet, I love it. As another skill, I love it. Being able to sell and present ideas in a persuasive and entertaining way. Um, that's what I like. I like doing it. It's very cathartic. It's very therapeutic. Um, it's also like just conquering a fear, because this is kind of scary to do, right? Just to put myself out there and make a video. And what it does, it just kind of like gets an adrenaline going. It and it builds that muscle that I want to build. This sort of like being in the spotlight, because I do want more spotlight. But then I don't. See, this is what makes it weird, right? I guess where the truth is, the reason why I don't want the spotlight is because I'm really afraid of failing. I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of not being able to be successful enough. And I'm afraid of, yeah, not following through too, right? Okay, so what are my negative attitudes about it? So here goes. I'll become a salesperson. I'll become a whore. I'll depend on the income. I'll just be like everybody else, right? Some of the perceived media influencers that I see that I don't like, right? I won't be big enough. I won't be successful enough. I'll have too much success, right? That's actually a possibility. I'll have too much of a spotlight on me. So I wrote this other note here. It says, it will be interesting if I feel the same about this in the next 30 days. So, like with anything, one of the things I think about now, how much time I have here? I have 2 minutes. So one of the things I think about a lot now is, or this is what I know, right? When you are trying to get good at something, you have to focus on. You have to spend all your time thinking about that one thing or those few things, and over time it compounds, right? When you get distracted, you try to, it's like a magnifying glass. When you spend time with a magnifying glass in the sun, I mean, you're going to be able to burn something because of the amount of focus it has. But then when you just have the sun, no one's going to get burned, right? You're not going to create any really strong impact. And anything in my life that I've made great success with, or I should say above average, um, what's that word? Just incredible success, or significantly above average success, I should say, is I just focus on that one thing. It's why I became very good at deadlifting. It's why I became very good at email, because I got really good at email, I became becoming one of the best in the industry, and this has allowed me to sort of essentially create this amazing life that I have. But now I want to get into this other thing that's incredibly hard, which is building a YouTube channel and making content. And essentially, like every minute or hour I spend on doing this thing, it's just not going to make any money, right? I'm going to spend thousands of hours on this thing over the next year, next 2 years, and it's not going to make any money. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. But if anyone's out there, you want to make a comment, because I'm about to cut off here in about 30 seconds. But I did make my commitment to make my video, and I'll post this video. Will just go up right away. And I figure, hey, I'm going to do this every day. I don't know if I'm going to do it live, but I'm going to make a video every day and practice talking in front of the camera, and just have fun with it. So anyways, thanks for watching. For the 2 or 3 people that hang on for 30 or 40 seconds, I'll see you guys later. Peace.